Hi members, I'm just going to do a quick live tutorial on removal using my efile and the Aliva gel. So that's my efile there. It's a Lugux one and it's got a speed dial. Let me just pop it on so you can see. I find the ones with the speed dial a lot easier to use, because if you're sort of quite new to using an efile, you can take the speed down quite low and work your way up. It's also you can use it cordless, and just you can use it plugged in as well. I use a carbide tip. That's what it looks like there. They're quite hard to get hold of in the UK, but you can get. I usually buy them off the Amazon in the USA, so you can get hold of them. Otherwise, you can get a ceramic tip. They're quite good. They're the ones that I use that get the dip powder off nice and quick. I'm also using the Aliva gel, which I buy off Amazon. It's really good at getting the dip off nice and quick. So just to let you know, I have got nail tips on, but you can also use this method if you're using it on natural nails. When I put my tips on, or if you're using natural nails, you can do 2 clear dip powder layers, activate, file and buff, and then you can start doing your colours. So yeah, it's quite a good way to take the dip off. So I'll get started anyway. I'm just putting my my efile on. I don't think I'm going to put the dust extractor on, because I don't think you'll be able to hear me. Also, if you need to ask any questions, ask away. So I'm putting mine on about 23. My efile's on about 23. It's got a different direction, so you put it in whatever direction. I usually efile going that way. Some people prefer to go that way, but I prefer doing it away from me. So when I first start, I just take the top layer off first. I actually only did 3 colours on this, so it shouldn't take very much to come off at all. And as I say, I do put 2 clear dip powder layers on before, so I just efile back to that layer. Pop me a hi if you're watching. So this nail drill bit has got a safety top on it, so you're not going, even if you go on your skin, it doesn't hurt at all. It won't hurt you. These are the best ones to take the dip powder off, and it comes off super quick as well. Okay, so I'm just going to put a layer of the Aliva gel on. Hi if you've just joined. So it's like, the only way I can describe it, it's like wallpaper paste. So you just put a layer of that on, and then move on to the next nail. There are a list of recommended e-files by members in the featured section. So if you go onto the group, there's a section called features, and there's a lot of information and a lot of other tutorials that I've done. So yeah, pop onto that and have a look. You might find something quite useful to watch, or anything that might help. I've also got a list of products that I use and that members have added to. So pop me a hi if you're watching. So I've just taken that one off that much. So just the very sort of top layer, as it were. And then I just spread that Aliva gel on that nail. You don't need lots of it. And move on to the next one. By the time you've done the 5 nails, you can then go back in and file that layer off you've put on with the Aliva gel. But there's so many different e-files that you can buy. I do like my one, but there's loads that do the same, that have got the speed dial. And some do come with quite good nail drill bits. But yeah, I do like the panel carbide ones. They're pretty good. And just paint that on. Try not to get it on the skin, that Aliva gel, because it can sting a bit. Hi, if you've just joined. I'm just doing just a quick removal. I'm going to remove today and then do my colour dip tomorrow. I just find breaking it down over 2 days sort of I don't get too bored just sitting here. So what I should do, once I've got this off, I should replace a clear layer dip and activate it, file and buff it so it's all in shape. So all I've got to do tomorrow is do the just do a quick buff and then do whatever colour that I choose tomorrow. So yeah, just paste that on. One of those little bottles do last quite a while as well. One of those little Aliva bottles do last quite a while. You can buy different brands of it as well. It's like a gel remover. It removes gel, but it's really good at removing dip as well. You usually have to do a couple of layers. Hi, if you've just joined me. I'm just doing a dip removal with the efile and Aliva gel. I'm using a panel carbide drill bit. So I'm literally just taking off that very top layer there and then going in with the Aliva gel and pasting that on. Just to say, you will need to do a couple of layers to get it off. I'm just going to turn my efile to a different direction, and as you'll see, let me get it a bit closer. It does come off in quite big chunks once you've got that Aliva gel on. Let me get it a bit closer. And with the safety drill bit, it does say it doesn't hurt the skin. If you go onto the skin, it doesn't hurt the skin at all. If you need any links to anything, just let me know. As I say, the panel carbides can be quite hard to get hold of in the UK, but I do buy off the US Amazon page. So that's actually off in one lot of Aliva gel, so that was quite good today. If there's little bits and pieces, don't worry, you can go back in and take them off. So then just go on to the next one that you've put the Aliva gel on. Put me a hi if you're watching. You can hear my cat in the background. He's very loud, he's very vocal. And he's had his dinner, so he shouldn't be making that noise. It's quite satisfying, I think, when you're taking the dip powder off this way, because it does come off nice and quick. I have got another tutorial on removal with the acetone I've just done. So yeah, as I say, all my tutorials are in the featured section, along with other bits and pieces that you might find helpful. And then on to the next one. As I say, I've already put the Aliva gel on this. Once you've done the 5 fingers, just go back and start with the one that you started with. Comes off nice and easy. It's a really good way of getting the dip powder off nice and quick. As I say, I use nail tips, half tips, and I put clear dip powder on, 2 layers, activate, file and buff, wipe any dust off, and then I start my colour dip. Sorry about my cat, he's being very vocal. Let me know if you can hear him. He obviously wants to get in on the action. So it really is that quick with the Eliva gel. It's brilliant. As I say, once I'm finished, I'll just give them a buff down just to get rid of any little bits and pieces that are still left on the nail, and then I'll do another clear dip just to sort of infill any bits and pieces. Just make sure you haven't got, if you're doing the 2 clear dips and you're removing, before you dip, just make sure you've got no sort of cracks or any bits that have lifted. If you have, file those off and then re-dip with your clear. And if you're doing like me, I'm going to do my colour dip tomorrow, so I shall activate that clear layer, and yeah, then it's good to go the next day. I'm just going to turn my speed down and just go around the cuticles with it. So that's only on 3, so very, very slow. And then I just go round I'll just go around the cuticles. It doesn't hurt. If you've got the safety drill bit, it doesn't hurt at all. And it comes off nice and quick, and you get a really nice sort of neat line around your cuticle once you've done this. It's a really good way of sort of pushes the cuticles back and removes anything that's on there. So if you've got it on a really nice low speed like 3, you're not going to really hurt yourself. Still got a few little bits of glitter on there, but I'll get them off with the buffing block. This will go on the group, this live tutorial, so if you've only just joined, you can pop back and watch it once it's done. I usually pin them into the featured section. That's where all the tutorials are. Okay, so that's that bit done. So I'm just going to get one of my buffing blocks. These are the ones that I use. They're quite solid. I'm not sure what grit they are. I think I would say they're about 100 grit. And they're called Mary Ton, and they're on Amazon. I really love these buffing blocks. They're super good. Let me just get some of that dust off. Pop that on a sec. I would normally have my dust extractor on, but obviously it's quite noisy, so you wouldn't hear what I'm saying. So I just go all the way over the nail, really pushing into those cuticles and getting any bits and pieces off, and sort of smoothing the nail down as well. As I say, I have got the 2 clear dip layers on, so that's that one there. Then at this stage I also just go in with the file just because it's really sort of gone out of shape that now, over the time that I've had the dip on. So I just go all the way round just to get that nice sort of square line on the top that I like. And again, just go in with the buffing block just to get any bits and pieces off, or any colour that you've got left on the nail. Just to clean it right back. I'm not overly worried about the shape at the minute, because once I've done my colour tomorrow, I'll sort of refine that shape a bit. And just go in with that buffing block and get any of these little bits and pieces that are left on the nail. Better, you might be able to see that a bit better on the black background. So just go in and get your shape back, because it does go out of shape a little bit once you've had your dip powder on a little while. And then just go in with the buffing block, as I say, and get any bits and pieces off that are left on there. You want a nice clean area, nail surface to work on. All right, Dave. Okay, just get that one back into shape. That's lovely, that's all done. I'm just going to wipe those off with a lint-free wipe. I use the Blue Sky cleanser. I think it does say cleanse, prep and wipe, so it's a good all-rounder, that one. So I just go in and I'll just give them all a good wipe down, make sure there's nothing left on that. Still got a few little bits there. Once you've cleaned them, you can usually see anything that you get left on the nail. That's better. So there you go, that's those all cleaned off. So just another tip for you. Let me find it. I've got this nail drill bit here that I use to go under my nails with. It's sort of, if you get it in a set, it's usually like just a really sort of pointy one. So again, on a really low speed, possibly free, you could go in and just remove anything that's sort of under the nail, or where your nails sort of grow underneath. If you don't want to change them yet, you can just go in and give them a good clean underneath and get any bits and pieces, because you do find you get bits and pieces stuck in if you've been out in the garden or something. They're not too bad. So you can just go in underneath if you're not ready to change your tips yet. and you can get that nail that's growing underneath, you can sort of file that down so you haven't got that there. Okay, so you just go, you know, if you sometimes you get bits and pieces stuck in there, sort of go in and just give it a good clean up. Okay, so now at this stage I'm going to do my clear dip, which is like an infill. So I've got my clear dip powder here. This is the Kiera Sky one, but I also use the Saviland. I've got my base coat from Lavender Violets. So I'm literally just, I'm going to move that dust collector out of the way actually for a minute. That's better. That's more like it. So when I'm just infilling the clear dip powder, I just do a whole nail of it. So I just go in with the base liquid and go over the whole nail, not going onto the skin at all. And then dip into the clear powder. And then again on the next one, it really is a quick process. Let me turn it around this way. Just don't get any on the skin at all, and don't flood the nail at all, and then dip it into the clear. On to the next one. So say I'll do my colour tomorrow. I just wanted to get it off today and just redo a clear layer. I usually keep my nail tips on as long as possible, sometimes about sort of 7-8 weeks. So I literally just take off to the clear layers and replace a clear layer each time. And just dip that into the clear. Then on to the next one. As I say, I just do a whole nail of the clear dip powder just to infill what might have come off when you're taking the colour off. And dip that one in there. So that's those all dipped in clear. Shouldn't take long to dry, just a couple of minutes, and then we'll activate that. So when I brush off my powder, I use one of these nail brushes. They're quite stiff, but they really do get any excess powder off that you don't want on there. Okay, so I'm going to start brushing that off now. So it's perfectly all right if you just want to do your clear dip one day and your colour the next day. Just go for it and get that clear dip on, activate it, and then you're good to go the next day. You don't need to top coat it, just activate it. And then, like me, when I do my colour the next day, it's ready to go. Just give it a quick buff down. So this is my activator. I'm just going to pop that on. Don't need to do it in any special way. Doesn't matter if this one gets on the skin, just get it on. And that one there. So that's the activator done. That's nice and quick. Just let that dry in, and then, as I say, you can give it a quick buff down, and then you're ready to dip the next day. I think that's all, guys. Thank you for watching. I'll try and get live tomorrow and do a colour dip. Hope it's been helpful.